Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chef's Meal, where we talk about whatever and never and everything else in between.
Welcome to the Chef's Meal, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Casey.
My name is Sean, and we're two chefs taking our lives one finished plate at a time.
We talk about whatever and ever and everything else. And
That's right.
This damn beat is so groovy, Sean.
Yeah, it's a classic.
I need to make me a song with that. You know, it's just like it feels good, and it just hits all the right places. It's like a fat beat. That's what we call a fat beat. It's not fast
just
enough.
Fat.
No, like seriously, it's not 120 BPM is like or and on the railroad.
Okay.
That's 120 beats per minute. It's also the same beat that you need to resuscitate somebody. Like if you're doing CPR, 120 beats.
Wow, so it's
I'll give you like a ton
beat.
of information all in one go, right?
Hey man, Tech Tuesday on a Saturday with Casey. This is music theory. I'm just gonna shut up, man.
Usually what you want to kind of chant to get the heart.
Okay.
And usually it's that song because everybody knows it. It's an old school rhyme. That's 120, but the Jay-Z song in particular is only about 95 beats per minute. So it's like it makes you feel good, and it's a slower time. Not slow enough where you feel like a ballad. A ballad would be like 70 or 60, but not fast enough where it's like techno. So it sits right in the middle. So that's what we call a fat beat. But anyway, Sean, how
so
you
you're saying if an EMT pulls up and he's like pumping my heart to like the beat we got below this podcast, I'm gonna die.
You're probably gonna die.
I'm not gonna make it.
You're not gonna make it. Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
He's like, "What song were you singing, sir? Excuse me. Can you just repeat it to me?"
Yeah, he was like, "Yeah, Mood Swings by Harris Heller." Perfect. You're gonna die. Shout out to Harris Heller though for these fat
shout out
beats.
to Harris Heller and Stream Beats. Really quickly before we do start, DMCA strikes have been appearing more frequently now, especially towards streamers, because one, you cannot play copyrighted songs. One, if you don't own it. Two, you can't just take something on Spotify and replay it to a live broadcast like Twitch or whatever, because it's not licensed for that. Does that make sense?
Okay.
A lot of people don't understand that and don't get it. So they're all up in a tiff. Be like, but I'm playing it through Spotify. Yes, that is correct. Spotify is allowed for it, or Apple Music, etc. Google Play. It doesn't matter. They're all licensed for it. But if you're taking this and just kind of re-putting it into another stream where it's not licensed, the big no-no. So DMCA is now either shutting your stream down right off the bat, or just muting you altogether, so you can't hear any audio. So either your voice is coming through or nothing at all. It's one of the two. So just be careful if you are streaming. Like right now, the reason why we're playing Stream Beats, Harris Heller, who's the guy that I sent the t-shirt to, he made these songs specifically for everyone to use without having a copyright strike, because he owns all these music.
So I have a question for you. So obviously there are circumstances where people are going to use like licensed music and probably get it in some sort of digital way. So is the stream of the song watermarked in a way that like YouTube could know that it came from a licensed place as opposed to like Spotify?
Correct. So before we post any music online, no matter what it is, there's what we call an IBSC number or a UPSC number. And that tracks everywhere where it gets played, no matter where it is. Internet, radio, etc. It's its own little DNA. No matter how big of a snippet you play, it will get marked through BMI or ASCAP or whatever your pro is. I'm getting really technical here on the music.
Go for it, bro.
But those snippets get taken into account in case, let's say, because my songs have been played abroad and the radio. So if they play like 20 seconds of it, I get some sort of credit for that, for my songs. That's how they keep track of it.
Interesting.
Now,
I always wondered how that goes, because some places you'll see someone layer in, a popular song, and I figured it was getting licensed from somewhere, but I was always curious, like, how does the machine know we didn't pay, I don't know, $2 for this stream, for a streaming licensed version of it, as opposed to something from Spotify that otherwise to us sounds exactly the same.
Like Jay-Z can immediately take us down if he wanted to, because I'm not licensed to use that PSA track from him, but we're using it, a snippet of it, knowing fully that his company can take it down at any moment's notice. But for our sake, I'm taking that chance, because if he takes out the music anyway, not a big deal. They can do a cease and desist kind of thing, or they can either threaten you too. So it's
I don't want any smoke. I don't want any smoke with Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love your song. We're gonna do what we can to make things good with you.
I think we're okay. He's not gonna. I don't think I've had that issue just yet. However, just be careful if you're streaming and you're playing copyrighted music that you do not own and you do not have the rights to, because 99% of the time, like my band specifically, we don't have a publishing house, meaning we don't have we're not with like Sony or Columbia or anything. It's our band name, so we own it personally, like the four of us do. Most other bands though are with a publishing house. The bands don't own them, the company owns the right. So it's like it's such a finicky line when we're dealing with music. They want to make sure they catch each and every one of them. That way the musicians get, or the company get, full monetization.
Oh yeah, I mean it makes sense. I was just really curious, like, how that works on the back end, because you always hear of it, at least, as someone who likes to enjoy a lot of like digital content, you always hear the stories on the other end where, like, oh man, I put up this video and then it got like a strike or it got a takedown notice, or but I was curious, like, how do they know when people have legitimately taken all the steps that they have, so that you do get if it's a song that you made, that you're getting paid a fair amount for the stream, as opposed to I guess it being consumed a la carte, or on some other fashion. So that's pretty dope, man. That's pretty dope.
Like, we can't stop people from listening to music. So however they get it, they'll get it. But we want to try to be able to get monetization from the music that we do make and our own. So again, I've said it before, we are live, ladies and gentlemen, on YouTube, on Facebook right now. Chef Salty Pork Podcast on YouTube. You can check us out. MetroCard X on Twitter. You can hit him up right now, live as we talk, or into the Facebook chat as we're kind of going about our business. However, Sean, are you ready for Sean's Tech? I forgot to make it
Sean's Tech Tuesday.
Sean's Tech Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen, on a Saturday.
Sean's Tech Tuesday.
Almost into a new week. Sean's Tech Tuesday.
I know, it's Sean's Tech Tuesday, not this Tuesday, but maybe next Tuesday, because it's Saturday. You know what? The internet be damned. We're here doing the show. Thanks to everyone for tuning in and listening later. All right, so this Tech Tuesday is going to be a short one because it's a Saturday.
Yes, it is.
And you know what I'm saying? Got to take my baby out. So,
place to be.
All right. So what stood out to me in the world of tech is, I didn't know if you guys noticed, but there haven't been any NBA games. But they are talking about bringing back the NBA in like a bubble format to Orlando, like the Disney World campus. And obviously, there's still very much some concerns about the spread of COVID, amongst the people that are going to be there to play the games, the support staff, and the like. And while not even getting into the minutia of that, one thing that stood out is the NBA plans to use second generation Oura rings to help catch COVID-19 symptoms. and keep the players that are going to be participating safe.
Wait, is everybody playing in Orlando? Is that what it is?
So things have still yet to be all the way finalized, but the plan is they're going to bring a few teams. 22 of the 30 teams are going to go to Orlando. They're going to play a few games, and then they're going to kind of, I think, break down the league and have a little playoff format to kind of determine this year's NBA champion. But the only way to do that the way they figured out how to do it in a safe way is bring everyone there, have them kind of live there in Disney World.
Oh wow.
Yes, yeah. They won't be able to leave for the period that the teams are competing. It's going to be super controlled with the food and access of people that comes in. Supports, the health staff is going to be on hand. The players are supposed to be regularly. They're going to be quarantined to play basketball essentially.
Got it.
And in addition to some of the other ways that people would be checked for COVID, nasal swabs and temperature monitoring, they're also going to have these Oura rings that are going to do kind of preventative measures, kind of catch some symptoms ahead of time. They're actually pretty cool.
That is pretty nice,
yeah, it's not too different than, say, wearing a Fitbit. But obviously these guys are basketball players, so they need to have something that you could still wear and really wouldn't get in the way of their ability to play basketball. But
at least something to monitor while
they got
that's pretty cool.
LED sensors, 3 body temperature sensors, accelerometer, a gyroscope. You can wear them 24/7. And they'll hold 6 weeks of biometric data on them. And it can sync to an iOS device or an Android device through Bluetooth. And as far as what they're saying about the personal data that would be sensitive, the way they're supposed to work is it's not supposed to send any of the players' health data to an NBA team or the NBA doctors unless there are the prerequisites for COVID-19 symptoms.
Okay, so it's just there for monitoring sake. If something passes the threshold, somebody won't know.
Right. Sure. So it'll alert someone. I think it's obviously interesting for that test case. People in a controlled circumstance with this, using technology to kind of, relay some information out ahead of time, to healthcare professionals. And it would be interesting to see something like that kind of used at scale, with everyone else.
Yeah, no.
Something, I thought it was, really, really interesting. From also what I'm reading is it's an opt-in thing. So if you're a player and you're in this bubble, you don't have to wear it if you choose not to. Because they're still going to get all the other random physical checks that they have to get anyway. But, it's just an interesting way to see wearable technology and wearable computing used in a way, to kind of help against the spread of COVID-19. Pretty dope.
NBA and NFL is the most contact sport ish. NHL too, the hockey scene. So those people are gonna be the ones that are gonna have the most kind of. I say it's gonna be. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to kind of watch what they kind of implement. I was actually listening to somebody. I forget what sports cast it was on the radio as I was going to work. But the NHL, the NFL, and NBA all have their own little thing that they're trying out, kind of, as we kind of go about. So that would be interesting altogether. But yeah, nothing too crazy. Are we good? Can we go to Manchester News?
Yeah, man. We can go there. I have one more story, but honestly, it's not I don't want to go too in deep with it, but the company Honeywell, pretty much they say they've got the fastest quantum computer on the planet.
Honeywell.
Pretty much that Honeywell. Yeah, Honeywell. That Honeywell. Your same Honeywell that probably makes your smoke detector.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That Honeywell, the mixture fire suppressant system, they've got the fastest quantum computer on the planet right now.
Wow.
It was a record that was like held by IBM up until recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's a scale called the quantum volume scale. I'm not going to go too deep, but pretty much like Honeywell's computer got a 64. Which is like the highest known, and the fastest before that was IBM. They got like a 32 in an equivalent test.
What?
So,
Double
yeah, it's pretty dope. It's interesting again, you know, like the companies that are producing the stuff that you might have in your home, you don't even think about, you know, kind of take them for granted, are also like searching for qubits with the quantum computers, like. It's at least to me, it's pretty interesting. So I thought that
Honeywell's
was
huge.
something to drop in. Yeah, Honeywell is huge. But, you know, for a lot of people, they just don't see these companies like that. Like, you know? But
wow.
That's it. That's what I got for this week. You know, we can go on to the Mon Shoo Shoo news.
All right. Not too crazy. I do want to just touch up on it really quickly. Sean and I are Jersey specific, New York, New Jersey specific. We're in tri-state area. Everything pertains to that kind of news. So if you're listening to it right now, anything that we talk about literally is New York, New Jersey. Okay, sometimes
for the most part,
maybe, or Philadelphia. Sometimes it just depends.
Yeah, shout out to Pennsylvania. I love you.
Shout out to Philly. We love everybody. However, in the state of New Jersey, as of right now, this Monday, what is this Monday? Monday the 15th. The restaurants were open. Okay. However, only outdoor dining allowed. So if you're in New Jersey, you probably have heard already. You can go out. I was called into work Tuesday, so I've been working since Tuesday. Next week, however, the 29th, not the 29th, I'm sorry, 2 weeks from now, the 29th, everything will be open in New Jersey. But with the impetus of having facial masks on every patron whatsoever. If you're going into a store, you need to have a mask. The New Jersey malls will be finally open, but they're only holding at 50% capacity. So right now, I'm reading it right here on CNBC. The state expects to allow their hair salons and barbershops to reopen its 22nd, which is next Monday. Murphy said gyms and fitness centers will still be kind of closed, but will be open very soon because you're like contained into a small environment, so they don't want to try that so far. We don't know just yet. New Jersey on track to enter phase 2 of its reopening plan on June 15th. The state expects to allow everything by June 22nd. But if you live in Jersey, you know this. We run by the malls. That's what we're known for. New Jersey is the malls and the trees. Anything Southern Jersey, anything Central Jersey is Southern Jersey. Anything above it is where it's at. But without the malls, we're kind of nobody, kind of, in a way. New York comes here to shop because we don't have tax on clothes.
Also very true.
You know what I mean? We also have the best bagels. New York, New Jersey.
Whoa, that's slander. Whoa. I can't let you just drop that in there. What do you...
So I was like,
excuse me? You just say New Jersey has the best bagels?
Yo,
like New York
has the best bagels,
you know
bro.
what? It's all right, Casey. Get it off. You got that one. I'm going to let it go.
Like, where else do we get Taylor ham, mac and cheese? Salt, pepper, and ketchup. Only here in Jersey.
Okay.
Or if you're a little down central, it's a pork roll, right? It just depends where you are.
You said Taylor ham.
There's Taylor ham, bro. Sean is like,
oh my goodness.
You just drop New Jersey has the best bagels. Bro, we got the best bagels, bro. With that New York water. You know how it is.
Oh my goodness,
nothing too crazy on that front, but keep an eye open for all New Jersey news. You can, I'm pretty sure you can find out all the fixings. However, I do want to just briefly go through some of the changes that some companies are releasing. Costco is selling a giant caramel tres leches bar that weighs almost 3 pounds. Check it out. It's a freaking 3-pound pound cake via tres leches style, Sean. How do you feel about this?
I think it would be delicious. That is a brick of cake. I mean, that's like,
we can't eat milk. So
I can't eat it, but it looks delicious. It looks
amazing, right? So you can get this up at Costco. Currently, it's 4 to 4 ounces or 2 3/4 pounds, and it's less than $15. So it's like $14.99. I hate when they say that. It's like less than $15. It's $15 plus tax. It's like $15.22 or something. Let's move on. These new Fruit Loop candy canes have us already looking forward to the holidays. Check this out. Fruit Loops, their version of a candy cane. Sean, do you consume Fruit Loops?
I used to.
A long time ago, I did.
I mean, now it's weird. I feel like I'm old and washed. So like my cereal game is. Yeah, it's like, I mean, you got the baby, so we got like plain ass Cheerios, Honey Nut Cheerios if she's good every once in a while. You know, some Raisin Bran, sprinkle some extra raisins in it. You know, we're not
nothing too sweet though, because like Fruit Loops.
No, yeah. I mean, again, like Honey Nut Cheerios, she like goes up for it. But so Fruit Loops is she's gonna graduate to that. But candy canes. You know what? Why not? I'm sure they got to figure out how to sell candy canes all year. You know, like candy canes is like a holiday type of thing. So if this is how they're going to do it, get it off. Get it off, Kellogg's.
Get it off. Shout out to Kellogg's. Canada Dry has a limited edition summer pack that includes a new Limeade flavor. Sean, shout out to Limeade. I know you.
Shout out to Limeade.
I know you.
Yes.
You would appreciate this.
Yes.
At one point in our restaurant, we had an excess amount of lime juice.
We did. Yes.
Like excessive
Shout out to
lime juice.
An extra case of lime juice showing up when we wanted 1 quart.
So Sean made the staff some limeades, and it was banging. So this is a tickle to the fancy. Ginger ale and lemonade. The regular ginger ale and limeade are their flavors. I'm for this. I don't really drink soda. That's not my cup of tea. However, if I were to go back to consuming a little more soda, it'd be ginger ale, because I like the.
I'm interested in the packaging of this thing, because I don't know.
Nice.
To me, I don't think of it's well put together. Like, I don't think of ginger ale as like a summer drink, but you throw a beach setting and an umbrella and a chair, and you got me thinking, man.
I used to consume Sprite like a lot when I was in high school. Sprite was my jam, man, but not anymore. I'm not one up. Keep on going. Pillsbury Brownie dough is safe to eat raw, and there's a new peanut butter flavor. Sean, how do you feel about this? We talk about this a lot at the restaurant, right?
I am with it. And just made some Pillsbury chocolate chip cookies the other day. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that quarantine life. So yeah, I'm gonna look out for this peanut butter brownie dough.
It's not recommended to eat raw dough, though.
No, it isn't.
Okay,
it isn't.
We just wanna put that out there. You can consume it, absolutely. It's like 98% safe. But in case that you do get sick, just know that you're not supposed to eat it raw. I think this one, they make it. I think they take out the protein altogether. So there's like no egg. There's no other milk products. So it's technically a lot more safe than the regular one that they used to have with egg on it. That's why they're like, you can technically eat it raw, but you will get sick because there's egg in it. This one should be okay. But I like the purple. I mean, I like anything purple. So this is I might buy it just because of the purple packaging. I dig it. Moving on, Pepsi Orange tastes like citrusy soda, and it's now available in the U.S. Sean, I just want to tell you some stuff.
They late to the game on that, man. Like, I mean, even just for the U.S., like, I feel like
U.S. is mad
Coca-Cola.
late,
Coca-Cola's been running with, at least last year, had like a Coke orange vanilla variant. Yeah.
When I was in the Philippines,
step your game up, Pepsi.
Like, bro, they had a whole crap ton of different flavored sodas already, but it wasn't released here in the U.S. because it's like a different flavor profile. So for U.S. tastes, let's just say that with hyphens, it wouldn't. I don't know, it's not in the market for it. So now they're kind of branching out. There's a lot more diversity here. So this is specifically like a Japanese like flavor, and they're bringing it here to the States. So how many times have you found a drool-worthy food only to learn that it's not available in the United States? Personally, we'll never stop thinking about that Kit Kat Ruby McFlurry from McDonald's Germany. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's just a whole bunch of good stuff.
That is deep. Kit Kat Ruby McFlurry. Like
Kit Kat Ruby McFlurry.
Yeah. Okay.
German food.
All right.
But Japan's Pepsi Orange has made its way into the U.S. and we are excited. The new Pepsi Orange came out in Japan in February 2020, so it was a little earlier in this year. But I'm interested in tasting it. But again, I don't really consume soda, so it's just like.
I mean, it seems like you could make it your own. Looking at it said it's Pepsi with a touch of orange juice. So it's almost like you woke up in the morning, you had some orange juice, and you use the same cup all day. Like, you didn't rinse it. We're just.
I mean, hey, it is what it is, right? It is based on the flavor.
I'm down to try it.
The flavor is based on a Japanese fruit mikan, which is typically called a Japanese orange. So it's their, Japanese people are weird, man. And,
shout out to Japanese sodas.
Yeah, shout out to Jap.
Shout out to Ramen. Shout out to Calpies. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pocari Sweat. Let's go.
Hey, let's go.
Let's go, Japanese sodas. Let's
Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. Right? Juneteenth
That's right.
should be a national holiday. Shout out to all.
Shout out to everyone who was, took the time to appreciate Juneteenth.
Yeah. Hell yeah, bro. It's no secret that Black voices and Black holidays have never been given a recognition in the United States or elsewhere that they deserve. One such holiday is Juneteenth, also known as June 19th, or known as Jubilee Day or Freedom Day. And it was technically June 19th, 1865. That's like the actual day. But we just kind of paraphrase this as Juneteenth. It's annoying that we don't celebrate it,
It's very interesting to me. I mean, obviously, it's like, a black guy who's lived in America his whole life. I don't know. This is one of these things where, like, I always recognized it, but it's interesting to, given the social climate of the country in light of some recent and reoccurring events that, like, attention kind of gets paid to things like this. So, with any circumstance, things only become a holiday when people reinforce it. So, I hope for a lot of people, individuals, companies, organizations, states, and even, the United States as a whole, we'll see. I'd like to see you guys in the same place next year this time.
Yeah.
I'll be here. I hope you're here too.
I'm with you. It was the reason I bring that up is because I remember when I was in high school learning the U.S. history. There's not enough, in my opinion, not enough diversity. Because one, the Chinese were slaves here too a long time ago. Not too many mention that, and there's so many mentions of everything else, but like there's not enough of like Black history where it's like that's like a whole lot of stuff. Like half of it is U.S. making it. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, I'm always excited when I learn all those, but it wasn't enough. So it took me out of, after college myself to relearn everything else. Myself re-looking it up because of the internet. So I appreciate that more, but I wish we were taught that in school more. Like
U.S. history is also very whitewashed.
That's from Caitlin.
These are facts. Shout out to Caitlin.
Really quickly, 46 states currently recognize Juneteenth as a holiday. They're listed over here right now. Texas became the first state in 1980 to make it a state holiday. There's some other ones. Those are Hawaii, North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana. The list goes on. I don't want to read the entire thing, but I'll make sure to leave this link.
Said for the people, you can do your homework if you're so inclined. And like I said, I hope, after doing that, next year this time, you know, you're representing for Juneteenth.
June
as well.
19th, yo. Well, I'm gonna make a shirt June 19th, bro. That's what's up. Lastly, though, all right, not really in a sour note. Sean, you know this. Earlier in this week, I think it was Monday, I sent you the text, right? I made some merch, right, in support of Black Lives Matter. However, I posted it on Facebook because I usually do. I just want to read you some comments. So this will be.
Okay.
I wanna call this not word of the day. Well, let's say comment of the week, right? I want to make this a reoccurring kind of segment, and I'll make a little soundbite for it. But it just, before we kind of get into it, I don't want to put these people on blast, not too much. However, it's just disheartening on their kind of comments on what they say, right? Let's read off some a little bit. You snowflakes will never survive a revolution, but bring it on. What?
Okay.
What?
All right, it's a comment.
Okay.
Get it off, guy, I guess.
Time for the counter revolution. Down with the radical left. Now, just to give some background, I did post the t-shirt of a fist in the air with the word revolution in it in the back, or really huge, and in the front it's just a small little imprint. That's what I titled revolution as the shirt name, and everybody can purchase it. However, all in support of it. Again, I don't want to put people on blast, but there's so many people.
Except, man,
there's so many people that are
social media is an environment right for people to, expound their points of view. You know,
I feel like they won't say.
I
this
guess
to your face.
in some respects, it's good to see where people stand. I'd also implore everyone, if you're on a device that can read, or receive some social media, you're also on a device that can educate you. So take that time and, I guess make some informed decisions and go from there.
There are some comments that are pro for it, and I'm all for it.
Oh,
however,
sure. My
favorite one, Sean, and I want to end with this, and I'll link it so you guys can view this because it's live right now on my page. My favorite. Let me just find it right now. This made me huckle quite a bit. Against what? ? Go live in China or Russia, and then decide. This was against the revolution shirt. It made me laugh because I'm Asian. I didn't grow up here. If he knew that, he probably wouldn't make that remark. But like I said, internet, right? I feel like there's such a strong facade, and people have this kind of bravado to just kind of say what the hell they want. They won't. I guarantee you 100% right now, they won't say this to your face. They don't have the balls.
I mean, some people might.
They wouldn't.
And
some people might.
And even then,
man.
it's like, I guess it's a circumstance in which, you kind of will see where people will stand. Mm-hmm. I think, or I'd like to think that most people would like to exist in a time and space in which they don't have to deal with or provide racism.
Correct.
And like I said, I have hope that things will be better in the future. So I guess, for everyone who didn't appreciate the design on your shirt and the message that is bringing attention to, hey man, everyone's just looking for progress and parity.
Yeah.
And I would assume that even in your mind, and if you have a differing point of view, you could probably understand why parity is what people want.
Yeah.
So
we just want to be
looking for.
We just want to be looked at the same, as everybody else.
That's it.
People of color, man. I'm yellow. I get sideways.
Like I said, man, Facebook comments are what they are, man.
It's like Twitter. Imagine if this was on Twitter. Imagine if I posted this on Twitter.
It's funny because
game over.
Obviously we do this, video stream on Facebook, and aside from this is like generally not a place that like I go to spend time. But it's, I don't know, man. It's like, I'll say it's not surprising, but like I said, hopefully progress and strife will get to some measure of parity, so that these aren't the conversations that everyone needs to have.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you agree with me, but for the rest of the time that we are going to be doing the podcast, we are going to keep on repping until we become equal to everybody's eyes. So like for the entire life of our podcast, till we die, pretty much, we're gonna live, breathe, and eat revolution, because we want our kids to live in that same environment where everything's equal and great, and nobody looks at you sideways.
Man, I got a lot of words and a lot of breath for that. You can say we could talk food, and we can talk tech, and talk about our lives and all that stuff that's going on there too. But even the freedom to do that, comes with the understanding that everyone just wants to, like I said, have parity, enjoy their relative freedoms, and not necessarily worry about any form of prejudice or persecution.
That's it.
That's what we got.
So that's all, ladies and gentlemen. Not too crazy. I know this is sort of short one. I kind of hear Brooke in the background, so I don't want to keep you because I know you guys are going somewhere. Right
Brooke's not even here. That's just it's one of my neighbors.
I was like, oh man, Brooke is like knocking on the door. I gotta go right now.
Man. I'm happy. Little girl's getting as much playtime before this rain comes.
Right. I don't know how next week. I don't know when you guys will be back to work, Sean, on your company. But I know I'm back, so I'll let you know how my schedule is next week. But we'll still shoot for the Thursday thing. I'm completely fine with it.
Yeah, man, that works for me. I mean, with my company, again, I don't know anything in particular, but my understanding is that we wouldn't be back until sometime in July, or probably later than that. Yeah. So that's what I'm working with. That's not I am not an official source on anything like that.
You're not.
I'm waiting for that email, the same places y'all waiting for it too.
But like, just to confirm, you guys don't have a patio outside, right?
Like, we do not. So I mean, just even the logistics of that as they are right now would indicate that it would probably be pretty tough to assume some measure of business as far as dine in would be concerned. I mean, I don't know what a takeout situation is supposed to look like, but hey, when I know, y'all will know. And when I know, you guys might know before me.
I might actually get the news before you would. But,
no shade.
Just to let you know, everyone, at least my company, is required to wear masks all day, no matter where you are. In the front, in the back, cooking, prepping, whatever. You need to have a mask on. Are
they providing those to you while you're there? Do you have to bring your own? Like, what's the go?
I think they gave us the company specific one yesterday. So with his own insignia and everything. But for the time being, from Monday till Thursday, I brought my own.
Heard.
So, and we were all required to have it anyway. So we all had this. But yesterday they were handing out. It's like, you don't need to anymore. We have company specific ones. I mean, you can still use whatever you want, but these has the logo just in case you're outside. They see you. Right. They know you're working for the company. But it's pretty cool that they gave us. It's not necessarily breathable, which is good. But if you're not used to, if I were you right now, if you are, this goes out to all the cook professionals, the restaurant professionals. If you're not used to working with this just yet, I suggest wearing this at your house 24/7.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Just getting used to operating in like a hot, moist atmosphere with less oxygen than you normally would be something to get used to. In a similar fashion, I was talking to my wife, and she's about to embark on some of her like running training and just being out and exercising in some capacity with less, because in the city everyone's wearing masks. How do you do that, and how do you do it safely, and build up your tolerance and all that stuff. So
my benefit
I could definitely imagine working
improves lung capacity
with that.
Mm-hmm. You get used to it. That's all I gotta say. The first 2 days was so rough. The grill alone was 500 degrees, and then we have a salamander that's live, that's outputting stupid heat all at the same time. And then you turn around, you think, it's only when you're facing, but you turn around, there's the hot window right in front of you. So there's it's like no rest for the wicked. It's like you really got to get used to it. It's pretty tough. But now it's like secondhand to me, so it doesn't bother me. The only thing that hurts is my ears after a while. Like
from the little pinch?
Yeah, just a slight pinch. But other than that, you just kind of, every a couple hours or so, you just kind of release it so it doesn't entangle your ear. But other than breathing into this, completely fine. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, Not Too Crazy. Again, Chef Salty Pork Podcast on YouTube. You can hit us up. You can hit up Sean at MetroCard X on Twitter. Any questions, any comments, concerns whatsoever, any kind of food or tech news or whatever you want to just talk to us, AskChefSalty@gmail.com. We will make sure to reply to you. Other than that, Sean, you want to give them one word and one word to go by?
Yeah. It's Father's Day tomorrow, so shout out to all the proud papas. And if you're not a so proud papa, you got a year to get shit straight and be ready in time for next year. That's what I got for y'all, man.
Oh my goodness!
Check it out now.
There you go. You get to check it out now. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Make sure y'all safe. Make sure you give your dads at least a card. At least a text. That's all they want. That's literally all they want.
Man.
I know that's what I would want if I get kids. It's like, I swear to God, I will punch you if you get me something. Just give me a card. Okay? Or text me or something. I'm completely cool.
I'm looking for the macaroni art. That's what I'm looking for. I'm going to keep a nice spot on my refrigerator for some ZD interpretation of a cat or a dog or me. We'll see. Whatever.
All right. Other than that, though, ladies and gentlemen, we out.
Peace out, Internet.